Hey, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's Thirsty Thursday. I've got my beverage of choice, which happens to be coffee. About this much espresso and this much milk, rice milk, because I like those little rices. I milk it myself in my garage. I have a whole herd of rice. Where's my friend Bo? I'm going to go get my friend Bo, and we're going to talk about this product that we often talk about called MailBox Power, and I call it the magic marketing tool. But Bo knows a lot about it because he's the one that told me about it. So where the heck is that guy? There he is. Hi.
Hey, can we hit the pause button and talk about this rice situation and the amount of milk you put in your coffee? Can we do that?
Sure. Let's talk about that'll be our lead in to what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
What's your issue?
I'm just curious. I mean, it just sounds like quite a deal. I like my coffee black. I'm drinking out of a different mug today.
Aha. What does it say?
Tonight Show Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, really?
So my wife was in New York City a while back with my oldest daughter, and she happened to get me a nice little tumbler, nice mug from that. So yeah.
Oh, recognizable, Jimmy
Fallon. Yeah. Funny guy. Not everybody loves him.
That you gave me.
Yeah, look at that, huh?
That's my show, Synergy Cafe, the one that I rebranded. Of course, you know that because you sent me these as well. These little coasters. Yes. And I got the Synergy Cafe ones over there, but I like to do both.
You are the brand master extraordinaire.
I am the hybrid. Yes, I've got a lot of stuff going on. Trying to stay in my lane, but it's impossible. Oh, we got a comment. Who is it? It's our friend Mike Wilkie. Hey, Mike Wilkie, how you doing?
Sure, Mike Wilkie. Good morning. Look at him. He even caught us at 10, knowing that we're an hour late. It's my fault. Things are a little wild in the business and the agency here, so I asked Brad to punt us back an hour.
Well, that's the cool thing about being self-employed. You can do that. I was just thinking about that. If we were on like Joe Pag's radio show or something like that, you got to do what you got to do what you got to do, and there are no rules. I mean, no options. So
but you know what? Your ability to be fluid and flexible and move and allow that change is very good. I appreciate that because I would have made it at 9. It would have been very condensed. This 10's already challenged enough, but we had to make it because I missed last week because I was in literally some of the hottest conditions I've been in. I was in Austin, Texas, and I had no idea. I lived in Arizona for almost 8 years and didn't mind the heat. Austin, Texas was abusively warm.
I got a niece that lives down there.
It was 104, but it wasn't dry. It was 104 with like 78% humidity. That is miserable. I came back Saturday. Sunday here was like 90, but 90% humidity, and it was more pleasant.
Well, how can they do that? You got 104 temperature, you go to the emergency room.
Yeah. You had to plan everything in the morning. It was just, you walked outside. It was just, and I like heat, but I was ready to come home after 5 days of that.
Yeah, I got a friend that lives in Temecula, and he has a store in Borrego Springs in the desert. And I like heat too, but it's like walking literally into a pizza oven. It's just hot.
Yeah. In Arizona, in August and late July, whatever, it's still 115, 120. That's abusive. You're not doing much outside, but at least at night, even if it hits still 98, 100 degrees, but in the shade or dark, it's not as bad because it isn't still humid. There is a trade-off, but yet 120
where you get the cold and you got the heat and everything in between, the fall colors and the spring melting of the snow. I just like the changes because I remember I lived in LA for a couple of years and Merry Christmas. And it's like palm trees. Where's the Christmas trees?
I love the change of seasons too. I like the rebirth. I love all of the shedding of the old and moving in with the new. I like all of that. I just wish winter wasn't so aggressive. First of all, it steals much more than 3 or 4 months, and it's just over the top. But hey, one of these days I'm going to have a place in the winter, and I'm going to get away because I don't like cold. But I like summer here. I do.
Yeah,
I do. So what else is going on? It's been 2 weeks.
I'm trying to stay in my lane, buddy. I'm trying to stay in my lane because the whole thing with the magnifying glass and burning the wood. You got to stay focused. You can't move.
Yeah.
If you start spinning the plates, and all of a sudden the plates start falling down, and I got to stay focused. So back in the event world, this is our friends Popped Corn, and then Las Vegas Tonight. Those people.
It's your place to be, man.
Back in the event stuff, and this product that we're talking about for the Postal Service, it's applicable to this, and that's kind of our topic. I've got it right here. how event planners and suppliers can use Mailbox Power for profit.
Perfect.
Yeah, because
It's an incredible tool for that, right?
I think it's an incredible tool for all businesses, but my primary business is, again, the event planners and suppliers, and I provide a platform for event planners and event suppliers to meet, connect, and do business. That's been my mission statement since 1991.
Yeah.
But I get off on these tangents because I see something, because for those that don't know, this software, you can also be an affiliate with it and make money. And I do a lot of that kind of stuff that's out there that isn't so event related. So I'm reeling this back in and showing how this software platform can be event related. So
yes,
I got this in my head. You know more about this platform than I do because you've been using it longer. So you know the features inside.
Yeah, sure.
So if you can introduce like the features of the list builder and the automation and the like the forms and things that are in there, all the cool stuff that you don't see on the outside.
Yeah.
You ask me the question of how you could implement that in the event business. And then that's our show today. So you're going to interview me on how this software works for this industry that I know.
This. And there's been zero prep. You're just throwing this at me and here we go, right? So Brad,
I prepped.
You're that's all that matters. I just have to ask a question or seven, right? So you're in the event planning space and you need a tool. So this tool can be used for a lot of different ways, right? So for example, if you want to target certain people that are vendors that provide solutions for events, right? How would you use this system to find them?
Well, within the system, there's a list building thing that's actually a third party that has this huge database of everybody.
Yeah.
So you can go in there and you can select businesses, and then you can sort by SIC code, and you can find caterers in a 20-mile radius of Fridley, where I live.
Okay.
And you buy them and you don't rent them, you own them. Back in the day when you got mailing lists, they would seed the list to prevent you from using it more than once.
Yep.
Once you buy this, you own it and you can keep it.
Yep.
So if you want a list of photographers, and this is what I'm doing for the event expo.
Okay.
That's who I'm looking to find because those are the people that exhibit. So if I want a list of, you can also go by job title sometimes.
Okay.
Or owner operator, because that's who makes the decision in these businesses.
Yeah.
So looking for like photographers, you're looking for caterers, you're looking for like event planners. I bet that SIC code is in there too. Event professionals, convention coordinators. You can find all that stuff and you just buy the list and now you can mail information to them or send them.
Right. So you buy your list, you go in, you do a search, you find 100 of them, you pay, I think maybe 20 cents a name at that for businesses, 10 cents for a person. So you buy the list and then what happens? What do? You've got a list, but how do you connect with people? How do you let them know you're looking for them?
Well, back in the day when I was doing my magic full time, I used a lot of postcards, 4x6 postcards, because they're just small, easy. You don't have to stuff an envelope. You don't have to put a stamp on it. It's pretty easy. Back in the day, I would hand label them.
Yeah.
And I would hand stamp them, but you don't have to tri-fold and stuff envelopes and stuff. And then when the recipient gets it, they don't have to open it up. Where's my letter opener? How am I going to open this thing up? Which one's more important? What's in here? I don't know.
Sure.
You see it. It's right there
in
front of your face.
And that's something you created, right?
So that's what happens in this software. You can create design a postcard.
Okay.
And then so this would be a project.
Yep.
And then you select the list. So if I want to send a list to all the catering companies that I know in a 50-mile radius of Minneapolis, I can then send them this card.
Yeah. And I noticed that I see in that card you're using some technology known as a QR code, right?
Yep.
Yep. So that you've got that on there. You're able to add that to your card so that somebody can just scan that with their phone and then you take them where you want them to go, right? Which is probably more information about the event.
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they get on the internet, they are easily distracted. They'll get on a website that they're interested in, and there's always ads and things and other people's posts. They go, oh, that's kind of looks like it's related, and they click it and they're off to some thing. So when you send a physical postcard that has some longevity to it, it's there for a while. It's on the desk propped up next to your coffee cup. You can come back to it. It reminds you every morning when you see I was going to call them today. I just haven't got around to it. You scan that card with that QR code. I got a big one here.
Yeah.
And that takes them right to the destination that you want them to be on.
Perfect. Help them get to where you want them to be, right?
Yes. It's not a post on the social media where you can get distracted by political things or all this other stuff. It's your website or your landing page or exactly where you want them to go. Say an event calendar, the specific date. It takes them right to that event on that date at that time, rather than going to an event calendar where there's other events that are similar that can distract people.
Yeah. And so let me ask you, how much those postcards?
I did that on purpose. I'm sorry. What happened?
That's okay. I lost you. Are you back? Here. How much do those postcards cost you?
44 cents. They raised the price on me, for crying out loud.
Okay.
4
cents.
You mean
total? 44 cents?
Each.
Because you're paying for postage, right? Because the cards are free.
The cards are free, and the postage is with the level of the program that I'm in.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. Other things you got to buy, like the coffee cup, you've got to buy.
Yeah.
And the coasters, and there's other gifts that you haven't asked me about, but the cards are free, unlimited amount of cards. So if you want to do a 200,000 mailing for 44 cents a piece, you can do that.
You can do that. Yep. Okay, so that's in itself is pretty amazing because you're not paying per card. You're actually just paying the postage, which is first class postage on a postcard, which is reasonable. So let's fast forward. You've sent out a bunch of mailings, right? You bought a list, which you didn't have access to otherwise. You use the system. You find a target market that you want to let them know about the event planning or the event industry and the event that you're going to host. You send them the postcard. They've scanned the code. They've done whatever. They've contacted you, and they said, I'm in. I want to be part of this. So you've got 10 vendors or whatever right away that say, hey, I want to be a part of this event. They've talked to you. They've signed up. They've done what? Now, how would you use this same system, MailBox Power? How would you use this to either say thank you, welcome? What would you do with the system?
That can actually be automated. And I believe it can be automated so at a certain date, say the event is happening, it happens in March.
Yeah.
If I want to give them a reminder, like February 14th, it's Valentine's Day, we really appreciate you exhibiting with us. It can automatically, because you can create lists. So I got my list of caterers I bought, but then as they come in, I can filter that list and segment it down to the people that responded and bought a booth space.
Yep.
And now automatically, it will send them that postcard that says, hey, we really appreciate you registering for the expo. It's coming up on Wednesday, March 8th, and really appreciate you being there. So you can do that. Also, you can automate this, so it's automagic. After the event, you can send them a coffee mug that would say something. You did this one for me, best marketing legend ever. It can say best event professional ever. And then you can print merge their name, their actual name on there. So you can send out 100 mugs. They're all the same, but the name is different. So they're actually all personalized and individual.
So you've made it so you can send a thank you that's still personalized. It's reflective of the event that they were participating in. And it doesn't take you any real time or a bunch of work because it gets fulfilled automatically. It gets created, printed, shipped, and you never had to go to the post office.
Yes.
It sounds like it saves you some time, energy, and money.
Amazing amount of time. One step further, you talked about the QR code.
Yeah.
That QR code can go to a landing page, which you can have within the system that is a form. Yeah. And they fill out that form with their name, address, city, state, and zip. It automatically sends the next card or the next thing.
Yeah. So they can be self-enrolled. They literally do it for themselves by filling out that.
Self-enrolled, but they will self-trigger the fulfillment of whatever you're going to send them, whatever you want to have happen.
It's really quite remarkable. I watched an interview with an individual that sells essential oils. Mm-hmm. And I should share this with you, but this individual shared her kind of the tips and tricks, and she started using this system about a year ago. The growth in her organization, the growth in her company since implementing this system is truly extraordinary. And she shared why. So she took the time to create the automation. She took the time to put the content together. Her auto ship clients, right? So the people that sign up and then it used to be $30 a month or whatever. the increase in the auto ship people that actually sign up for it and the amount that they're putting into auto ship has like tripled. And it's just because there's an onboarding process that she uses this system to introduce people to the company, to stay top of mind, to stand out from the other companies and the other reps. It's unbelievable because the system makes the process easy. So she shared all that. It's just amazing. It's funny, you had your mug of the greatest marketing person. So in Austin, I was there for our company trip, and I'm wading around in the pool, right, trying to stay cool. And I bump into a couple guys, one that I knew, one that I didn't. And the one that I knew, for the last 6 years in this company, a Fortune 300 company, he has been top 10 in our company on thousands of representatives for the last 6 years. He's brilliant at what he does. He's a great agent. And he's looking at me, and mostly in part because of this system. And he says, "You are the best marketer that I've seen." And I'm like, no, I cannot take credit for that. I need to learn from you, sir.
Well, you can't take credit for that because being a good marketer is being knowledgeable.
He's just like, no, seriously. It's like, hey, you know what? He went through a time where he wanted to say thank you to clients, right? And so he had seen something that I did, or I shared an idea. So I helped him do that, where he sent out brownies and a card to just an enormous amount of people. And the response was overwhelming. He's like, man, it's just such a brilliant idea, and I'm going to do it again this fall. And this other guy's next to us. This guy has, double the policies I have, has double the size of the agency and the team. And he's got all these great things implemented. And as we're talking, you realize he's missing one thing, just sending out a personalized thing as a thank you. And he said, this sounds a lot like giftology. I said, yeah, John Ruhlin, he wrote a book, and you can see a YouTube video about this guy's thoughts about gifting. But we have to stay within rules, right? But he's like, yeah, I'm missing that piece. I've got to do some more of that. I'm sending out all kinds of swag from our company, and I do this, I do that, and informational, but nothing that just knocks their socks off. Wow, we got to talk, right? So it is personal. It's amazing. But to go back, that was a sidebar. You go back to this. So you've found a list of people. You've mailed them for very cost effective. If you send a mailer to somebody, am I correct that postcard, if it goes to an address that's no longer valid, you get that back?
That's United States Postal Service. Facebook and Google don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to send you back saying this is an inaccurate address, so you can take them off your list or do some research, right?
Or update it.
Yeah. And you did that's all included in your 44 cents is the mailer.
And honestly, that's what these are. They bounce back. It says return to sender.
Yeah. Not every list is 100% perfect, right? I mean, matter of fact, in a lot of lists, if you get 60 to 70%.
Changes. COVID came along and put a bunch of people out of business. You got to do it.
Right. But those that have survived, right?
Yeah.
So events are still going.
And they would have possibly survived if they were using something like this.
Yeah. To stay top of mind, stand out from their competition, inspire referrals, and improve retention, all the things that it can do, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So then am I going too far with saying, so some of these vendors, here they are, they've received a mailer, right? Not to the resident of, or the household of, or the company of, or whatever it is. It's to them and their name, right? Your postcards are actually personalized for them.
Yes.
They get that. Then they're onboarded properly with a reminder postcard. They probably get a thank you after they've done the event. They see that you stay in touch with them. Now, all of a sudden, that vendor might be like, man, I need a system that allows me to do this with my clients. Am I right? Like, now you're helping them in their own business. So not only did you give them exposure at an event, but you're giving them a business tool, introducing them to something that can help them do a better job in their own company, right? And there you go. And as an affiliate, you can make a nickel here and there.
Right. And that's why I like it. And, that's
why I like it.
Here's why I call this thing the magic marketing tool.
Okay.
Because it is kind of magical how this thing works sort of automagically. And a lot of people, they say, Brad, how do you keep track? You're so busy. You got so much stuff going on. I really don't. I have a lot of free time. Although people see stuff out there because I leverage this internet thing to do this stuff for us. Now, this is the software that is hosted on the internet, but the software does it for me. So I don't have to do it. when I sent out this recent card, I can't remember which one it was. It was about, my advisory board. I was looking for an advisory board for the expo.
Okay.
All I did was created the card. It had the expo on it. And I said, would you like to be on our advisory board with my phone number? That's basically all I put on there. And the card's designed. All I had to do was put it in the cart. And then the people I wanted to go to was the event suppliers.
Yeah.
I got a call just yesterday from Knights of Columbus in Bloomington. They're an event venue. They got their hall that they rent out.
Okay.
They were interested in the expo. They weren't looking to be on the advisory board. She mentioned that, but they were interested in the expo.
There you go.
So the way that happened was just I designed the card in the morning. It probably took me 15 minutes, and then I sent it to my list.
Yeah.
And then the post office, they jump in those little white trucks and they drive all over the freaking city.
Yeah.
They work for you.
Yeah. 44 cents for the price of gas right now. That's a pretty good buy. So here you are. You reached out in a different approach, but it was awareness. Now all of a sudden you might have somebody that signs up to have a booth at the event expo, which pays a certain amount of money to you, which certainly pays for the postcard mailing that you sent.
Yes.
Am I right?
Absolutely. 44
and then
cents.
They come back the following year. I mean, it is pretty incredible. You've talked about your friend, the magician.
Yes.
He's targeted certain people. He's using this. He loves it.
He had like 12 shows last week from all this.
It's amazing. You introduced him to like the greatest tool, right?
He used to do postcards himself, but it was go to the library and copy all the stuff out of the library book and then put them into a database or hand address them and put a stamp on there and make a label that you might print out on a printer. This is all done leveraging the technology and the internet.
Yeah. I love it. And I tell you, I think the one piece that just gets forgotten in a lot of this, and we touched on it for a second, but it's the gratitude that you can use the system to show gratitude. So for example, when they've signed up, you could send them something. We have many people that were using this platform when there wasn't live events in person.
Right.
They were live events on the internet, and they were using the same platform to send a swag box to people that paid or registered or signed up to go to some type of a webinar or whatever it was that you were hosting the event. And they sent that in advance because they wanted people present, and it had things they could hold up in the screen and this and that.
Yep.
Or there's others that used it for the thank you after, for all the people that actually did physically show up and attended. It sent a thank you to them, which is just amazing because it's important. It's important to recognize people that took the time out to explore your thing, right?
My brain, of course, is thinking about some other stuff as I'm listening to you, because I really am. I'm just listening. But going back to the 44 cents, some people look like return on investment. I don't want to be spending 44 cents if I'm not going to at least triple my money.
Yeah.
They look at that myopically thinking it's just a dollar thing. You don't realize that this card maybe they didn't buy a booth from me. They still know I exist.
That's right.
And they might have saw this card and they brought it to their weekly meeting and says, this guy? Now everybody in the board meeting knows me.
That's right.
Even if they're not buying from me, they know.
That's right.
So a lot of people overlook that 44 cents. And another thing I wanted to mention too, that when you do Facebook ads and Google pay-per-click, it costs more than 44 cents per click.
Oh.
And that click lasts a millisecond if they get that shiny object syndrome and leave with a landing page.
And that's substantially more. You look at your postcards that you send, right? It's like a mini billboard.
Yeah.
Right. So once again, even if they don't do business with you, whatever, but you have had that awareness, they've seen your face. Nobody can ever tie back a billboard for how many sales did it make me, my return on investment, right? You just can't, especially if you're doing other marketing in addition to billboards. But yet you see lots of billboards, right?
Yes.
People spend money on it for a reason. Well, you've got this little mini billboard that gets mailed directly to their home.
Well, the other thing about billboards is now with the electronic billboards, your ad on the board that you're paying pretty big money for is only like 1 out of 10.
Yep.
So you got to hope that the person that's driving by sees your ad and not the other one that's rotating. This is a single card. There's no competition here. Like a magazine, there's 100 pages in a magazine full of ads. There's only one here.
Yep. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because the one individual I talked to, the guy writes more business in 2 months than I do in a whole year. I mean, it's just an incredible performance, but he will not spend money on electronic billboards. And they can sell you why it's the reason because they're so flashy in color and all that. He said, nope, absolutely not. Because I'm not going to risk them coming at that intersection at the right time or not. I'm not spending the money on it. I will put money into a billboard probably again, but one that's up there for months,
Static.
So yeah, all right. What else? We got 25 minutes in. We got to clean it up.
Okay. Well, let's wrap it up then. You can ask me a final question if you want.
All right. So Brad, right now, to get your access to the list builder, to get free postcards as in the printed, you only pay postage of 44 cents. What does that cost you a month for a membership kind of fee program?
That's a very good question. And someone wants a specific answer, but I look at things, I think it's like $50 a month.
Yeah.
Am I right?
49. So if you're watching this right now and it's still July, right? July 14th, the end of this month is the end of the $49 deal. You sign up and do it, you're going to grandfather in, if you will. You're going to have that locked in for another year and a half. But otherwise, people that signed up beginning August 1 that delayed the time to take action. Now I believe it's going to 70 or 79.
Even so, that's not a whole bunch of money.
It's still not, but heck, you can lock it in for 49. Yeah, why not?
You can lock it in if you don't wait. I don't like that fear of missing out stuff. Personally.
Yeah, okay, fair.
That's just me. It's just a tactic.
Yeah,
and
sure.
It's a good tactic. It works. It gets people, sale ends Friday.
Yeah,
it works. Personally, I just don't like that. If this thing was that valuable before, it's that valuable now. Do they add more in there, or do they got to work with their budgeting and stuff? Because
you can generally find $30.
Yeah, the way I look at it is this has got that affiliate program to it, and I do a lot of stuff like that where yes, I'm paying so much for this hosting service, but I'm actually making more than I'm paying because I'm an affiliate.
Yeah.
So with MailBox Power, I've got money coming in every month that's over the fee. If they raise it up to $70 or whatever, I'm still covered.
Yeah.
And I can still use the system for free and pay the postage.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I use the system. I've introduced several business owners to it. It's become a great solution for them for helping stay top of mind and retention, all the things that they want to use it for. And because there's an affiliate set up, I make a few nickels here and there, which is enough to pay for all the shipping that I send and some. It's just turned out to be a good deal.
I also want to call out that some people don't know what affiliate marketing is, and right away they go, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes. No, it's not. It's no different than a real estate broker or an insurance broker, and they got agents and brokers, and they work. It's just a commission-based salesperson. So it's not one of those scams. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. If you haven't figured out affiliate stuff, connect with Brad and have him walk you through what that means. There's people
that's so complicated. It's just being a commission salesperson and there's a tracking link. It's not that complicated.
It's like, hey, I have a Stitch Fix account. I share my links. I might make $20. If I sell something or recommend something on Amazon, I might make a penny. Right? It's not a big deal.
No, it's just some of these codes on here are go to the landing page to become an affiliate. But the other thing too is that people don't realize it doesn't cost anything to be affiliate. So it's not a Ponzi scheme where you're taking people's money to get other people into the thing.
Right.
You're using the system and you can be an affiliate.
Right. If you're already on that pro plan or whatever, it doesn't cost you anything to be a referral partner, to send, to share the link with someone. Mm-hmm. No brainer.
That's what I'm hoping to offer my event supplier people. So when they're doing their cruise business, they can send reminder postcards out. Hey, we're having our Cinco de Mayo cruise. Make sure you register your family today.
Yep.
44 cents. In the event industry, some of these things back in the day, they had budgets of $50,000 and $100,000 for these crazy events. So if they can't afford a 44-cent postcard, I say get in a different business.
Yeah, it's time to move on. All right. Well, man, I'm glad we were able to catch up. I think you nailed it on this little interview. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm going to pub it out there. The most frustrating part for me is when people don't see this stuff. That's why I can't do sales. It's like the only way I can do sales if I was allowed to slap the person when they didn't buy.
Yeah, just edit that part out, Brad. Come on now.
Want to buy? Okay, Captain, I'm going to put you in the green room. We can have a little chit-chat after.
Give me a second out there. That sounds good. Thanks.
Okay. There you got it, my friend Bo. We do this on Thursdays. The summer activities have kind of gotten in our way a little bit, but we keep the ball rolling. And if you need any past episodes that you're interested in, or you want to do a live one, we can get on and talk. I can even meet you for coffee if you're close. But YouTube has got all these videos. They're stored on there, these and more. But here's the deal. How event planners and suppliers can use MailBox Power for profit. You can do that. You can get more business by using these postcards. And again, there's more than postcards. There's greeting cards. Here's a friend of ours that sent this out, and he gave me a little package of brownies with it too. So it came in a box, bulky mail. This was something that was sent out. They got these little hot sauces, so that was sent out. If you want to try some hot sauce, there's a QR code you can scan, pause it. Okay, enough. I'm out of here. Peace, love, and happiness. This is Magic Brad signing off. Be good, be kind, be nice. We'll see you later. Bye.